Happy Friday, Overwatch fans. We are live in Los Angeles as the final week of Stage 2 rolls on. Today, 6 more teams will do battle, with most of them jockeying for Stage 2 playoff spots and seedings. Welcome inside the Blizzard Arena. This is the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, and I got the desk with me today. You know him, you love him. It's Brennan Hook. We got Joshua Sideshow Wilkinson. And at the far end, replacing Zoe today, we're stuck with Hex.
I had nothing else to do today. I'm just like, I'll just do that. Yeah.
No, I love it. Hex is going to be casted. He's on the desk. We're going to have a great time. And I mean, I don't want to brag, guys, but tonight might actually be our best show ever. Before they take the stage for the Canadian supremacy battle, we're going to see Toronto and Vancouver with a battle with lasers. It's laser tag between the Defiant and Titans. Plus, Roar and Void of the Gladiators spoke about chasing perfection in Stage 2 and how that's just the beginning for Big Purple. And it's the debut of our Watchpoint Trivia Masters game show. Who's the smartest on the desk? We'll find out in just a bit.
Me.
When the pros take the stage, you'll see the Gladiators take on Boston, as well as the Shanghai Dragons taking on the Washington Justice. And in a rematch of laser tag, we're going to see what many are calling the Northern Clash between two teams representing Canada. The Toronto Defiant sat in third place after Stage 1, but with 4 losses in Stage 2, they've dropped all the way down to 11. Now they'll face the Vancouver Titans, who sit in first place overall and have still yet to lose a match in the Overwatch League. 7-0 in Stage 1, 3-0 in Stage 1 playoffs, and now 5-0 so far in Stage 2. The dominance is real. So Hexagrams, how excited are you for the Northern Clash?
Well, as the closest thing to a Canadian we have here on the desk, you know, hailing from Michigan, hailing from Wisconsin, I just want to give some hype to our northern brothers. Who's the king in the north? We're about to find out, I tell you. I bet you a couple of toonies that this is going to be one heck of a kerfluffle. Both these teams going to give her all they got, so don't be a hoser. Park your keister on that Chesterfield, pop open a couple of pops, and enjoy the Northern Clash, won't you, eh?
I don't
That's
think
incredible.
any of those were real words. I don't even know what to say. I'm not having one of those again. I'm not having one of those again. All right, I want to talk about Neko versus Twilight, though, and I'd love your hat as well. I want to talk about Neko against Twilight, because Neko, we knew from last season, was actually a really good Zen player. His flex support was fantastic. It was probably the 3rd best Zen overall in the league last season. Though he hasn't had that much success, dropped down the rankings a little bit, sure. But there's also a huge amount of new talent that's joined the league, and Twilight is probably the best of them, honestly, on flex support. I personally think he's overtaken Jonak as the #1 flex support in the league right now. #1. When you consider his Zen and his Ana, these are his Zen stats. They're fairly impressive, honestly. And his Ana stats are fantastic as well. When you see him play Ana, they're just unbelievable. Stop it, production. I'm not drinking the maple syrup.
Just a little sip.
It's not happening.
Just a little
It's
sip.
not happening.
A little trickle of it.
Just I am hungry. No, I'm not doing it.
Don't do it.
I'm not
mate.
doing it.
Don't do it.
Brent, it's
I
not
want to
just
talk about
Twilight,
the
though.
other side of the coin of this Vancouver Titans support duo. Slime is an individual who he comes up every now and then, but we often don't talk about the Lucio players a lot, generally speaking. But Slime is the perfect Lucio player in my mind because he plays within the means of his own team. And we talk about Bumper a lot. We talk about Sominsu. We talk about the real, heavy lifters of Vancouver Titans. But they wouldn't be able to do what they do without this guy playing Lucio, peeling for them at the right times. Bumper, you think you're going to be that aggressive without Slime, booping them back, getting them away from him? He's got a very difficult job, Josh. He's very stressed, Bumper's constantly just trying to dive and feed as much as humanly possible.
He's got a toddler to look out
Slime
for.
has to help him all the time, So we need to pick this boy up because he is a fantastic Lucio player.
That back line is incredible for the Titans. Vancouver needs 2 wins to seal a perfect stage, but the Gladiators can do it tonight in our first match. When we come back, Void and Roar talk about what perfection would mean and how it's just the first of their big plans ahead. This is Watchpoint. The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Gladiators coming in. They are really on a tear right now.
What a hold for the LA Gladiators. The comps, the skill, that was beautiful. The Gladiators, that's a team wipe, cannot get the victory against this squad.
Oh! And the Gladiators just keep on rolling.
저희가 8연승을 지금 거두고 있는데 팀원들이 서로 소통을 좀 많이 하고 다들 노력하는 분위기 때문에 조금씩 나아지고 있는 것 같아요, 저희가.
3월부터 경기를 진 적이 없는데 경기를 이긴 건 물론 좋지만 경기력이 아쉬운 경기들도 있어서 더 노력해야 된다 생각하고요.
Gladiators still trending upwards right now after a rocky start in stage 1.
스테이지 1때랑 지금이랑 다른 거는 계속 고정된 로스터를 하다 보니까 팀업도 좋아지고
같이 들어왔던 DK 선수도 들어왔고 리파 선수도 이제 경기를 뛸 수 있게 돼서 좀 더 폭넓은 팀의 조합을 맞출 수 있게 되었고 그래서 좀 더 저희가 상대하기 까다로운 팀이 된 것 같아요.
Now they have their sights set on those stage 2 playoffs and entering the conversation of our elite teams here in the Overwatch League.
플레이오프에 진출이 확정되는데 다음 경기만 바라보면서 연습을 하고 있습니다.
플레이오프 때 우승하겠습니다.
1등.
Decay turned 18 just in time to play in week 3 of stage 1. Since then, the Gladiators are 6-2, and Decay has shot up the ranks statistically. He's in the top 8 in all important Zarya categories, including 4th in getting value from those Graviton surges. The Gladiators will face a feisty Boston Uprising team today. The Uprising haven't given away an easy win seemingly ever in the league. So, the Uprising needs some help to make the stage playoffs today, but that won't stop them from trying to spoil Decay and LA's perfect stage 2. So Hex, how can the Gladiators' young star push them over the finish line?
Yep, young star would be the biggest notion. I mean, there's just such a different team now that they've got Decay in this roster. Probably the biggest free agent coming into the league. There's rumors of an enormous bidding war over him, but I gotta say, he's been worth every single penny. You saw on the VO, they talked about their communication and coordination. A lot of that is because of Decay. The Zarya has helped his tanks out immensely. Roar took a lot of heat early in the season. Roar has been seemingly getting better, and they improve every single week. They look better and better. Also, Decay, not even really the most natural Zarya. He picked up great, but he's also a great DPS player. Should the comps require it.
And the compositions have been very strange from the Gladiators at times. They do build around Decay on a bunch of maps, but when they like to run more creative things, they really can push the ball really far in weird directions. So here's the map pool for today. They normally play default stuff on Oasis, but Hanamura and Blizzard World, you see some weird stuff coming out from the Gladiators at times. Take a look at some of the compositions they were running here against the Florida Mayhem. Now, yes, it's against Florida Mayhem, and they played some weird stuff against Valiant as well, but they are trying strange things. And you heard in that piece just there, they want to be unpredictable. A lot of the times when Shawfall comes into the lineup, you can see him here playing Sombra with a composition that is wacky. You know, it's got a triple DPS with the backline. Shawfall was going for these crazy hacks. They also had a few different variations of this that they ran all over the place against the Chengdu Hunters. They want to be strange. They want to be unpredictable. They want teams to struggle to figure out how to beat them. And we could see some very interesting, unique stuff in this match against Boston.
They've been so fun to watch. Brent, we got to talk about the other side, though. If the Uprising are going to play spoiler and upset today, who's going to lead Boston?
I definitely think Boston are capable of upsetting the Gladiators today, and I think it is one player in particular who's going to be leading them, Fusions. This lad right here, born and bred in the UK, you know, so he's already got that going about him. Fantastic. But he's just an unreal main tank player individually. But most importantly, it's his communication outside of that fact. We don't get to see it often, but from listening in, this guy is a natural born-bred leader. And he gets enabled as well by the coaching staff of Boston Uprising, which we held so highly. You know, we hold them to such high standards because they've been able to turn these sort of the ragtag group of players so often into a winning roster that can make playoffs just in the blink of an eye. So I'm very excited, you know, to see what Fusion's going to be doing today against the Gladiators.
Boston is a long shot for the stage playoffs, but Shanghai has a better shot. Shanghai can make their first stage playoffs with 2 wins this week, starting with the Washington Justice. A win today would give the Dragons their first winning stage record in history. So Sideshow, you said that Ding and DM could be the best damage-dealing duo in the league. For once, can you finally explain why?
I've been explaining this every time, Pocket. DM and Ding, if you get them on their right heroes, are a fantastic duo. It all comes down to the heroes. Ding is, in my opinion, the best Pharah in the league. He went toe-to-toe with Jinmu. He beat him. He's notorious for just destroying. He's also got a crazy good Hanzo and a pretty good Sombra. DM is a hit scan freak. His Tracer was outstanding. His Widow is superb. He can also play the Hanzo, which was weird. I didn't even know. But I've been tracking these guys throughout the contenders as they came up on the path to pro, and the fact that they've been now here together and they're getting metas that they can play these weird comps, this is an unbelievably powerful DPS duo as long as you get them on their right heroes.
So I agree with the point you're making there, Josh, but I will say there's a real risk of a trap game for Shanghai Dragons coming into this. Because yes, you're coming into this and you're up against the Washington Justice. It's not a fantastic team. You look at this upcoming schedule right now. They've got the Justice and they've got the Shock. Who do you think they're going to be putting more prep time into? Justice? Not quite. It's going to be the Shock who they're going to be focusing a lot of their efforts into trying to beat here today. But here's the real risk, is because Justice have been improving at quite a steady rate. They've made some new additions and they are looking a little bit better now. And potential, again, if the Justice have been putting a lot of their efforts into prepping for Shanghai, a lot of the weird stuff they run, there is a risk here that they could end up losing this game.
All right, if Washington is able to turn this into a trap game and take the win, Hex, who are they going to be relying on?
Well, you talked about the DPS. The natural prey for DPS is going to be the support line of Washington, this retooled support line. Hey, we have all played support at one time or another. You know how true that statement is. But they've been trying to retool this team. They brought in Arc. Now they brought in Sleepy. The question is, can they keep each other alive? You don't have anybody else on your squad that's going to do it. Maybe your Diva can peel back for you. But it's all about the synergy between these two. I think there's upgraded talent on this support line, and I want to see what Sleepy and Arc together can bring.
Well, one thing we know, Shanghai will have to be laser focused on those Justice supports. And when we come back, we'll show you how Toronto and Vancouver were laser focused on each other in a good old game of laser tag leading up to the Northern Clash. That's coming up in just a bit. It's Watchpoint. The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
저희는 오늘 울트라존이라는 아케이드 게임장에 왔고요.
밴쿠버랑 이제 경기 한 3판 정도를 할 것 같은데
바로 앞 경기가 토론토 경기인데 아마 그 경기처럼 똑같이 오늘도 쉽게 이기지 않을까 싶어요.
별거 있나? 저희가 군인이 더 많기 때문에
그래도 현실에서만큼은 제가 많이 죽을 순 없으니까 슬라임이 아마 저 대신 많이 죽지 않을까 싶어요.
All right, you guys, Toronto Defiant, it is time to play laser tag. Come on up and grab your packs.
뭐야 여기?
야, let's go!
야, 저기 뭔데?
잠깐만.
뭐야? 죽여!
지금 같은데 우리가?
다 있는데 아무도 안 와. 있었어. 일단 두석이밖에 안 왔어.
And with 61,000 points taking the final game, it is the Titans. Congratulations to the Titans.
저희가 뭐 이길 수 있었던 방법은 점수를 많이 얻을 수 있는 장소가 하나인데 2라운드 때부터 거기서 계속 활동하다 보니까 승리를 가져갈 수 있었던 것 같아요.
오랜만에 뛰어다녀서 좀 많이 힘든 것 같아요. 힘들어도 되게 재밌게 했고.
프로 생활을 하면서 이런 경험은 또 처음인데 다른 팀들과도 친해질 수 있는 기회도 많고 되게 좋은 것 같아요.
밴쿠버는 밴쿠버다.
Neko was dominant, just saying. Now it's time for a little competition of our own. It's Watchpoint Trivia Masters, where our 3 analysts will compete to see who's the smartest. Each analyst will get 3 questions, and each question will increase in point value. The first is multiple choice. The second is Jeopardy style, so the answers are questions, guys, for you who don't watch shows. And, of course, the third is going to be guessing players based on hairdos alone. One time during your turn, you can consult an expert, though, for some reinforcements. Johnny! Johnny, where are you?
Oh, hey, guys. Hey, I'm finally here. If you need help, I'm here, right here for you.
Is this where you've always been? On the moon?
On the moon? No, I'm on a different planet, mate.
Definitely not the moon. Doesn't look anything like the moon. It's a totally different planet, Bren. Bren, because you asked that fantastic question, I'm going to ask you one of my own. Bren, question 1 is worth 1 point. Take a look at these Ana stats. Not the most healing Ana, but top 5 in all other major categories. Whose Ana stats are these? Is it A, Twilight, B, Ryu Jae Hong, C, Shu, D, Unko?
That's a hard one.
A, Twilight.
A, Twilight. The answer, Ryu Jae Hong. All right, Bren, we're not done yet. Question 2, it's worth 2 points. You got to make up some ground here. Remember, you must answer in the form of a question. At 29, this former World Cup participant is the oldest player in the league.
Who is Kulma?
Yes, well done, Bren. All right.
Not bad.
Last one, but it better be a good one. It's worth 3 points. Bren, whose hairdo is this?
Reinforcements! Reinforcements! Hello, Johnny!
Come on, it's obvious, Bren. How do you not know that? How do you not know that?
Give him some tips,
I'll give
Johnny.
you a hint. I'll give you a hint, mate. You just look at that. It's so obvious. All right, I'll give you a hint. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for this, Bren? Okay, here's a bit of a poem or idiom, or I don't know what they call them.
What do you mean,
When life
poem?
gives you lemons, Bren.
When life gives you
We have
gives you
no
lemons.
player in the league that's called Lemonade. What are you getting at?
I don't
When
know how
life
to help
gives
you
you
more than that.
lemons.
I don't know how to help
All right,
you more
Bren,
than
we
that.
need a guess.
When life
5,
gives you
4,
lemons.
3,
2018.
2, 1.
I don't know.
You didn't know this was gesture?
Oh.
Oh, come on. We
Why
dance
is-
with the
wait, what? When
backstage
life-
every time. Come
When
on.
life wait,
Brent, that was awful. We're going on to our other
We
Brit.
can show up
Sideshow,
to
you're
work.
up. Question 1 is worth 1 point. This mystery Pharah leads the league in 5 different major statistical categories.
This is so easy.
So, whose Pharah stats are these? Is it A, Shadowburn, B, Jinmu, C, Fleta, or D, Ding?
I think
So easy.
I think it's Ding, but I think it might be.
It's Fleta. Nothing better in the meta than Fleta. Question 2 is worth 2 points. Sideshow. Remember, you must answer in the form of a question. This lovable player has a equally lovable pet dog named Ryu Suke.
I know this.
What?
I know this as well.
I don't keep track of the players' dogs.
Don't ask Johnny, ask me.
Ryu Suke.
Reinforcements. I'm not going to ask Brent. I need some reinforcements.
Why didn't you ask me about the last question?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You should have asked me about the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I've got this one now.
Anyway, this player
Yeah.
is a wrecking ball extraordinary.
Wrecking Ball Extraordinaire. Well, there's only one player in the league that's a Wrecking Ball
No,
Extraordinaire.
that's not right at all.
Well,
There's
I'm going to guess
plenty.
Eamon. It's got to be Eamon,
No,
right?
That would be wrong. The correct answer, who is Muma? All right, Josh, you
Muma's a
need some
wrecking ball
points. You got a big old donut right now. Question 3 is worth 3 of them. Last question. Sideshow, whose hairdo is this?
Oh, I know this guy.
So
It's
easy.
the most French player to ever come from France. This is Soon. Soon of the Paris Eternal.
It's actually so annoying.
Ding, ding. Wow, Bren, you failed. Josh got it right. Let's go to Hex and see if he can nail all 3 of them. Hex, our last and final contestant. Question 1 is worth 1 point. Okay, these Winston stats are top 5 across the board. This is a damaging Winston who dies the least as well. Sideshow, or I guess Hex, whose Winston stats are these? Is it Mono, Super, Roar, or Marvel?
Mono.
Come on.
Marvel stuff.
It's Marvel. Top 5 and fewest deaths. Yes, Marvel. That was your first question. Question 2.
Yes, for her to question.
It's a 2-pointer. Remember, you must answer in the form of a question. Our 2018 MVP Jonak has this animal tattooed on his body.
Oh, I kind of know this, but I want some reinforcements just in case.
You guys are terrible at this. Like,
see the hints.
really, honestly, like I'm just disappointed.
You don't even use the
What's
hints on your
score?
third one?
What's the score?
It's
Just
1
just
to
give me the
0.
hints. Give me the hint or put the hat
The
back
hint.
on.
The hint. I would personally not be surprised if this animal is an alien.
Your personal opinion on animals is
Well,
nothing.
that's the best I can come up
Is
with.
it an octopus?
It
What
is
is
an
octopus?
octopus. Yes.
What is an octopus?
All right, last but
I
not
thought you
least,
answered
X.
Jeopardy.
Whose hairdo is this for 3 points and the title of smartest on my
So
analyst
easy.
desk?
This is so easy.
This is so simple.
I could tell by that.
I truly have no
Really?
idea.
You don't know this one? Oh.
You don't know?
Can we steal?
5,
Can we hit our buzzers?
4,
Steal?
3, 2,
I quit.
Slamming the
I
wall.
quit.
and EQO. Come on, even I know that. Josh,
do I get to play with the ball?
congratulations. You are the victor. With a donut somehow. There we go. That's
what?
Joshua.
Wait, what?
Wilkinson. I love it. Guys,
got
man,
one
less
right.
than 10 minutes. Josh is your champion, but we have 2 of the brightest young stars in the league facing off on the main stage. It's Fusion and Decay doing battle next. We also got our predictions. It's the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League. Boston not out of the playoffs yet. A win today would go a long way, but they're going up against one of the undefeated teams here in Stage 2. Let's take a look at Big Purple. It's Los Angeles Gladiators, 9-4 and perfect so far in the newest stage. Can they remain perfect? We find out in just a few minutes. It's the point in the show where we make wishes to our Overwatch gods and hope they answer. It's Please Can We? Bren, Hex, can you start us off today?
Please, can we force each team to run a Widowmaker? It was so much fun yesterday when Happy got to play. The league is better when you're out there making the pink mist, clicking some heads. It's just better. 2-2-2, nothing.
And every tick, it was insane. The crowd was insane. The energy was insane. I love every single part of it. I want homestands every single day.
You're just happy you had the cowboy hat. Guys, it's time for predictions for Friday of Week 5. Hex is picking the Boston Uprising to end the Gladiators' undefeated stage run. All 3 analysts like Vancouver over Shanghai. So, Hex, back up your Boston pick against Bren here in a 30-second face-off.
Look, I know that you guys aren't used to consistency on the desk and people switch their picks all the time, but what have I told you since last year, since the beginning of this year? You can't bet against Boston. The upset potential's real.
I'm going to be real with you. Your points on the desk today were literally bigging up Gladiators.
I know.
About how good Decay is insane.
I'm well aware of my inconsistency.
Again, this team has been looking incredible. They're currently undefeated, 6 wins. Boston, they're an okay team, but they're not better than Gladiators as it stands right now. I feel like they are going to get dismantled when it comes to it.
All right, I think I might have to side with Brenji on this one. Boston calling the upset. We'll find out. That is going to do it for the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. Thanks for watching and enjoy the matches.